Students, today our video lecture is in the last video lecture on the third unit machining. So already we have discussed about the various conventional method and some of the unconventional machining operations. Equipment. Today we are going to discuss about the unconventional machining process of plasma arc machining, and then electron beam machining, laser beam machining are going to discuss in the today's lecture. So plasma arc machining is one of the latest machining operation to remove the materials from the job. So in this we are going to discuss about the plasma. Plasma arc machining is a material removal process. Material removal takes place by the high velocity of high temperature. So plasma is nothing but mixture of electrons and positively charged ion and neutral atoms. Heating the gas to high temperature ionize the gas is popular. When the gases are heated, the following can occur: elastic and inelastic collision between the atoms. The gases are heated and charged plasma state. Plasma state is superheated and the ionized gases. So plasma machining consists of power supply, gas supply, cooling water system control. So power supply uses a DC power supply. Gas supply. Any gas that should not attack the tungsten electrode of the workpiece. So we can use the gases appropriate to your operation. The slide indicates the various position of the plasma arc. So we have to establish the torch as per our operation. So the main parameter, design and operation of the torch, physical configuration, etc. So in the plasma supply, we have to consider power supply and then nozzle position. What should be parameter associated with the physical configuration of the system. Carbon steel plates thicker than the 50 mm can be cut at 10 times faster than the oxy-fuel cutting system. So these are all application form is used cutting grooves in the hardened shaft. Plasma can be utilized for advantage. So it is having less time when compared with the conventional machining process. Sharp corners are difficult to make using PIM. Next unconventional machining process is electron beam machining. So with the help of the using the electron beam, we can make the removal of the excess material or what we have designed. So due to high power density, instant metal is removed from the job. So penetration will take place in the electron beam machining operation. The electromagnetic lens focuses on the electron beam to the desired spot. So in which place we have to do the operation. Electron beam measuring provides very high drilling rate when compared with the conventional measuring method. Main disadvantages of these primary limitations. The last one is the laser beam measuring. So laser beam measuring is so in this we are utilizing the laser light for doing the operation. Laser beam measuring deals with the measuring and material processing like heat treatment, alloying, cladding, sheet material, pending, etc. So the laser process describes the basic operation of the laser, that is generation of the content, coherent, so absorption, spontaneous emission. So working of the laser is lasing the various light rays. Lasing medium, any material can be used to head of the laser depending upon the lasing medium. The laser measuring is driven by the pyrolytic and photolytic mechanisms. The surface reflectivity depends upon the surface roughness and laser wavelength. So actually the basic principle is what we are utilizing in the laser operations. Laser beam measuring process to great extent. All conventional laser beam process are located slightly above melting point. The intensity of the laser beam does not vary with the time. Laser beam is uniform. The calculation part at present you need not worry about that. So the video slide shows about the laser construction. That's all about the various unconventional measuring process. If you have any doubt, you can raise your questions. Applications of LBM is welding, cladding, alloying, every main drilling operations are utilized. Mainly they are utilized in the automobile industries. I think you will understand about the various conventional and unconventional measuring process in our previous video lecture classes. So today we are completing the third unit in our subject measuring. If you have any doubt, you can raise your questions.